I still think you ought to come up here and see this someday.
I've seen it many times, Dave, just not in that spot. Welcome to the Tiger Sports Livestream Network's presentation along with KGRN
From
Radio
Groom
of the
to
Boys State
statewide track,
Tournament
Iowa
live
Farm Bureau
from the
proudly
Casey's
supports
Center.
our student
This is Dan
athletes
Walker along
across
with
Iowa.
Dave Kaizen, and we are bringing you all the action. We're trying to get things going here.
A fifth-generation farmer from
They are
Calhoun County
probably,
and president of the Iowa
are
Farm
they
Bureau.
going to do national
And I'm
anthem
Tom
again,
Stevens,
or is that only
Executive
once a day?
Director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We're excited to have you join us for our state wrestling championships. As title sponsor of the Iowa High School Athletic Association,
3, 4,
we're proud to support this fantastic event.
6.
At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools fuel strong futures. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements. They are committed to your success, helping our organization provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering from home, we all play a role in making our state
All
shine.
right, here we go.
So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Iowa High School Athletic Association, congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament. Scores, timers, officials, and cheerleaders, please report to your assigned mats.
So the first one that we should be seeing, let's see, we won't see anybody until 1:44. So we got a ways. And we just welcome from the state tournament in Des Moines, Iowa, the Casey's Center. I'd like to welcome everyone on that just joined us for our live update from KGRN 1410. This is Dan Walker along with Dave Kaizen. What an afternoon we've had here so far. Actually, I should say what afternoon. We just got done with a 2.5-hour break, but what a morning in the last 2 days that we've had at the state tournament. Let's do a little bit of a recap of what's going on in this first part of this second session of the day. Currently, Dave and I were just kind of going through the wrestlers who are advancing that are wrestling this evening. Is going to be at 144 for Belle Plaine. Aiden Tim is going to continue on. And at 150, Aiden Groom from North Mahaska is going to be continuing on. And at 157, Kale Weissoff, he is on a wrestle background. He's going to be continuing on. At 165, Ryan Groom from North Mahaska is going to be continuing. He's on the championship side bracket. And then as we have to drop down a little bit further to the 215 bracket, Montezuma's Braxton Plants is going to be continuing on the championship bracket. So we have some kids that are going to be wrestling at the championship side, and then a few are going to be on the wrestleback side. So some of them are going to have to hang on. The ones that we're going to basically look for right away, and it's not going to be right away. It's going to be not Ryan Groom. No, Ryan Groom will not be. Yes, he will. When? Ryan Groom is still on the championship side. No, Aiden Groom is on the championship side. And Ryan Groom is also on the championship side along with Braxton Plants. So those are going to be the ones that we're going to see first or be calling their names out. But again, as we said, we're going to have a little bit of wait before we're going to get to them. Also, let's do a follow-up for once the 1As get done. The 2As, we're going to be looking at Riker Dwit from Williamsburg. He's going to be going on, and he's wrestling on the championship side when we get to 2A. And then Josh Wringler is going to be wrestling on the championship side as we get further down. And then that is going to be it for those on the championship side bracket. So as we get started here, these live updates this evening are going to be brought to you by our title sponsor, Colwell, our Automation in Montezuma, and Compass Memorial Healthcare. And as we're waiting, we'll just go ahead and go through all of our brackets. Not all of our brackets, but all of our sponsors. Lender Tire and Grinnell, Lights Insurance Agency in Montezuma and New Sharon. Patriot Realty in Brooklyn, Montezuma, Linville, Salt Lake area, and the Grinnell area, security, title, and escrow services, Montezuma State Bank, Fidelity Bank and Trust, First State Bank with locations in Montezuma, Brooklyn, Linville, and Grinnell and New Sharon. Thornburn Inc. in Brooklyn, Corey Hall Photography serving all of the greater Poweshiek County area, Manats in Brooklyn, Brooklyn Medical Center, Brooklyn Mutual Telecommunications Co-op, and Dayton Meat Products in Malcolm. Also down there in Linville, Sully area, 641 Apparel in Sully, Janco Industries, Star Auto, Sully Transport, Kevin Durbin State Farm, Grinnell Mutual, Brown's Shoe Fit Store, Partners Communication Cooperative, Dran, Insurance Agency, Tice Motor Company, Sunny Hill Care Center in Tama, and Ullman's Furniture in Williamsburg. Thank you to all those sponsors that help bring this to you as we have continuous live updates at the top and the bottom of the hour, live from the Casey Center in Des Moines, Iowa. As I said earlier, I'm Dan Walker, and Dave Kaizen along with me courtside, I guess you say Matt side, at the Casey Center, giving us all the live action as we go. But I tell you what, before we get much further here, let's do a little bit of breakdown of how the night is going to go. Same format as what we were listening to this morning is when we talk about mats 1, 2, and 7 and 8. Those will start out as consolations rounds or wrestleback rounds. When we're on mats 3, 4, 5, and 6, those will all be semifinal rounds or people that are wrestling on to their goal is first place. So it makes it pretty easy to go through and know what's going on. As we get ready to go, we're going to kind of fill in some of the blanks. We may not talk about everyone that's out there, but as we see someone that goes a little bit outside of our perimeter, we'll chime in and maybe go through a few of those mats as they're going. Dave knows a lot of wrestlers. He's has many years as an official. He's coached youngins as we go through the area and very involved with what's going on out there in today's world of wrestling, along with knowing a lot of the officials that are on the mat. So we've had some unique situations today or unfold this morning, and we're just looking forward to some more great wrestling this evening here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network and KGRN. So I tell you what, why don't we throw it back. Alex, let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back and give some more updates. So we'll see you in 2 minutes to hear a word from our sponsors on KGRN 1410.
Ken?
Yes.
Only thing I'm going to say is I'm going to do Josh's match. I'm going to do Josh's match. You might record it and play it later. I don't care. We're going to do it.
Followed by Class 2A semifinals and fifth round consolations.
Well, I'm going to throw out this until we get there. I mean, I may pick up. I mean, if you see a match that looks interesting to you, even though it's not in our area, go ahead and, just talk your way through it. But, I mean, we'll have to fill some time here before we get what we're doing.
So we're going to send it back between like now and when we wrestle, right?
Right. So right now we're on a break, and then, I mean, the hard thing is knowing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wrestlers are ready to go.
They got 138 in the hole. So what would be your guess? 45 minutes? Before we get to 190?
Question is Sancock from Valplaine still alive? At 138?
138. No, he's done.
I think he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, our first one's 144.
144. So, yeah, Consolation. Yeah, we'll pick up 144. I forgot they're running Consolation and everything at the same time, so we're just running across the board. Okay.
They'll be on the outside, too. Outside 4.
Yep.
I learned a long time ago you never try and estimate when somebody's coming on here.
Yeah, so we'll just, I mean, as it comes, and if it's an update.
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, if it's an update that we have to do, it's an update. But Welcome back to live wrestling at the Casey Center, brought to you by Colwell Automation in Montezuma and Compass Memorial Healthcare. Dan Walker along with Dave Kaizen. We're just kind of talking through when we're going to see some action here. And as I said, we kind of went through the updates of where everyone went. I'll take this time to go through the ones who wrestled today that did not make it. So let's start at the top there for North Mahaska. Cooper Sampson, he come back and he wrestled today on day 2. He wrestled Hudson Cox from Southeast Warren, Melhert, Dallas, and he lost, and he was pinned in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. So his day ended a lot sooner than he probably was thinking it was going to be ending. Dropped down to 132, another young man that we thought that was going to be having a little bit more life in this tournament, Matthew Mendel. He come out and he wrestled. He started out with Sam Egan, Sumner Fredericksburg. He lost 4-2, which was his first loss. So he come back and wrestled in the Consolation Wrestleback and lost to Ty Strode from Nada Valley, 4-12. So Matthew's wrestling tournament for his senior year, he was cut shorter than he was expecting. Bounced down to 138. William Sancock, he wrestled his round 5 against Max Pollock from Wayne Corridon. He lost by technical fall 21-5. So that is his second loss, and his wrestling tournament has ended this afternoon when we were done. Next over is Linville Sully's Jet Kramer. He come out and he wrestled his round 5 versus Luke Schroeder from Missouri Valley and lost on a fall. So Jet's tournament is done. Then bounced down to 150, Belle Plains, Wade Sancock. He wrestled to, let's see, where am I at here? Round 5, Dustin Van Ort from West Sioux, and he beat him, and then come back and wrestled Preston Hunter from Beckman Catholic and lost to him 7-2. So he has 2 losses that he has because he has actually running on a wrestleback consolation from yesterday. So Wade Sancock's tournament has ended. Nice job wrestling back. He was doing really well. At 157, BGM Brock York, he come out and he wrestled. Started. He already had 1 loss, so he was on the wrestleback consolation already. And he wrestled Caleb Scogan from Lake Mills and lost 4-2, which that ended his state tournament run at the Casey Center. So he is also done. And that pretty much, nope, we got one more down here at 215, Reed Slater. Reed lost his first round, come back, wrestled back yesterday. So he sit there on the wrestleback consolation side, and he wrestled Adam Marsh from Pocahontas, and he lost 9-2. So that is ending his bracket there. Let's jump over to the 2A and give a little bit of size up of guys who wrestled today. Weston Drayhouse from Williamsburg. He wrestled back against Cole Wigholm from Clarion Goldfield Dow's, and he lost 3-18. So technical fall, he is out of the tournament also. Down to 132, Hayden Albaugh. He wrestled back in the consolation side, and he wrestled Jarrett Engel from West Delaware, Manchester, and lost 2-12. So his wrestling tournament is done for him. And a couple more updates. That takes us down to 175 weight class. Marcus Bear, which wrestled in the 5th round. He was on a wrestleback, and he was pinned in 3 minutes and 7 seconds by Niall Lundville of Glenwood. So Marcus had a nice run, and he is unfortunately done also. Also at 175, Brady Greer from Williamsburg. He was on the wrestleback consolation side. Last night he won by fall, so he thrown him into the next day, which was today, and he wrestled Brady Shipler from Algona and lost 3-8. So that ended his tournament run. Lastly, down to 285, Carson Greer. He came out and he wrestled JT Kessel and lost, which was his first loss. So he went into the consolation side bracket and wrestled Thai Cam from Sioux City and lost 6-14. So that will basically give you a recap of the winners and the losers and who's advancing on to what we're going to be wrestling at tonight. And from there, it looks like we'll just kind of catch you up. So we'll report back at 5:30. And again, this update is brought to you by Cole Automation in Montezuma and Compass Memorial Healthcare as our title sponsors. This has been a live update from the Casey Center, the Boys State Wrestling Tournament. I'm Dan Walker. He's Dave Kaizen, and we'll see you back at 5:30. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so it looks like Dave, where I just saw this, 132, 144, Aiden Tim will be wrestling on mat 2 against Jackson Knap.
Knap?
Knap, K-N-A-P.
K-N-A-P from Lisbon.
Yes.
Okay.
I did say 144, right?
Yes.
Wrestling on mat number 6, semifinals at 126 pounds.
All right. I forget my head wasn't fast enough. What mat did you say?
That's going to be on
At number 6 at 126.
mat number 2.
Okay. I'll write it down so I won't have to ask again.
Now wrestling mat number 1, Consolations at 120. Jesse Burke, Westwood Sloan, Dayton Bergman, Jessup. Consolations at number 1 at 120. Now up on that number 5, semifinals at 126. Hayden Schwab, Don Bosco, Jack Porter, Hinton. Semifinal bout at number 5 at 126. Now wrestling on mat number 3, semifinals at 120. Jensen Dyer, Martinsville, St. Mary's. Crosby Yoder, Morgan Rangers. Semifinal bout at number 3 at 120. Now wrestling Consolations, mat
right.
number 7 at 126.
So those are still with us on our live stream. Thank you for joining us. This has been an eventful day, eventful last 2 days. We get going here. Our next match that we're looking for is going to be coming up on mat number 2, which is going to be Aiden Tim from Belle Plaine wrestling Jackson Knap from Lisbon. Currently, they are sitting in the hole. So as you look at our scoreboard that's online, you're not really going to see anything right there just because it's all who's wrestling and who's on deck. So that's how that kind of works of what you're seeing. And then if you miss what a final score was, you could see there at the top of the scoreboard all the finish scores as they go. So as people win or people lose, they stick them up there and they'll shuttle to the left. So the most current one is always on the right-hand side. For team scores, right now, the way that Track Russell is looking at team scores, it has from 3A all the way down to 1A. So obviously you see Don Bosco there, but you also see Southeast Polk in first place. So it does not separate them. Even if you go and dig deeper into Track Russell, it still doesn't do it. So unless someone has a clue for me how to get to it, I'm not seeing how we're getting there. And we are far from experts on their computer system.
Careful there. Computer experts, I agree.
Now wrestling your semifinal bout on mat number 4 at 132. Cooper Heights, Jessup. Wyatt Johnson, West Washington. This is a semifinal bout, mat number 4 at 132.
And things are going to go a little bit faster because...
Well, you only have 2 on the front side, 2 on the back side.
Right. And they're intermixing, so we have multiple. They're jumping right through it. And the thing that I don't like is on the bouts, they're not posting just because what you said earlier. It's going to be first come first serve. So they're not getting crazy and putting people on mats like they've done earlier in the day. Just because it's going to be first come first serve, so they're only actually putting out there the consolation people instead of the other ones.
They'll always keep the semis in the middle, and they'll always put the consolations on the outside. But we're already up to 132 on mat 2, so I assume that ours is the next one.
Max Pollock, Wayne Gordon. This is Consolations, mat number 8, 138.
Okay, so also to throw into the mix here, they just put Aiden Groom in the hole on mat 7. And he's going to be wrestling, I already knew that, Preston Hunter from Beckman Catholic.
That's one I will follow.
Yeah,
so it might be I give you 10.
That'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out. So they are getting more and more up there on the board. There's some of these other ones are going quite fast in front of them. I'm seeing Tech Fall.
Welcome to wrestling.
Tech Fall 17. Tech Fall 17.
And then when you think this one's going to go fast, it goes into
slow mode.
Overtime 4 times.
So Aiden Tim is on deck on mat 2. And also on mat 1, Kale Weissoff is in the hole. So I could get Carl is going to be, the young man's first name is Jackson. We only had Gordon. It is Jackson Gordon from Riverside, Oakdale. Okay, that one's up and going.
Now up on back number 6, semifinals of 132. Sam Egan, Sumner Fredericksburg, Riley Watts, Lawton Bronson. This is a semifinal bout at number 6, 132.
Okay. If you're just joining in on the live stream, thank you for joining us. It's been a great day of wrestling, a great 2 days of wrestling. If you like what you've seen and want to give us a thumbs up there, we greatly appreciate it. I'll just tell you that the outstanding viewership that we've had, we have topped over 7,500 views, and better yet, we've had over 72,000 impressions, which means that people have come to us 72,000 different times and checked in and checked back out. So quite impressive from the local Greater Poweshiek wrestling community and even into Iowa County and down into North Pahaska. So great following here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network along with Cager Inn. And we're happy to bring this to you. Dave and I have been having a really good time following these wrestlers. We've seen some great wrestling as we've been going.
I will absolutely second that. We have seen some great wrestling. We have seen some great kids, and they're doing the very best that they can. And it's been fun to follow.
It is, and I'm sure that we know, I can't assure this, but we know that there's a few that have walked away disappointed because they coming into this, they just had the standard. Everyone should have a high standard when you go to the state wrestling tournament, but a few of them are probably walking away with a disappointment, just either a mistake here or there. But needless to say, you can never hang your head and walk away from the state tournament. If you made it here, you have done something pretty special to make it here, and there's nothing to hang your head about losing if you did lose. And if you're still carrying on, we're all cheering for you. Parents and families cheering for you, along with your communities.
Number 7, Consolations, 138. Gavin.
That is absolutely true, but I can tell you from experience that there's a lot of hearts that are a little heavy tonight because they didn't get where they wanted to go. But again, just being the fact that you got here, there are a lot of kids that are sitting back at home that would love to trade places with you.
Yep, and actually, you could say that if you made it, you're a role model for someone on your team that didn't make it, because it is quite a chore to get here. They don't hand them out, to put it that way. You know, it used to be. Do we have to go back 3 years when we used to have sectionals, then districts? So we kind of lined up a different avenue of how people got there. Now when the time comes, it's just districts, and we take our top 2 and go from there. So there's not really a round runner-up. Everyone still has the same opportunity, but you used to say that you could wrestle in the sectionals, and then we brought those group together and then had another round. But I don't know. Dave, would you say it makes it easier or harder by only just having districts?
I don't know. It used to be you had to do not make a mistake for 2 weeks. Now you have 1 week where you you can't make a mistake at. And you hear some cheers going up. Somebody's happy.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, semifinals of 138. Drew Anderson, Riverside, Oakland. Jax Thomason, Starbuck. This is semifinal bout at number 3 at 138.
And again, for those who are watching online and listening to us, if you look at the track wrestle that we have up on the screen, you'll see across there that all your bouts are in the blue across, tells you what period you're in. It gives you a bout number, so if you got on track wrestle, you could actually look that bout number up. Your top line is your wrestlers. Let me get that screen refreshed for you. You'll see who your 2 wrestlers are. And then on the bottom side, you'll see where it says next up. That right underneath it is the next 2 wrestlers that we are saying that are on deck. So mat 2, you'll look at 144. You'll have Knap and Tim. So Aiden Tim is who we are waiting for from Belle Plaine. That's going to be next up wrestling there. And then if you jump over to mat number 7, you'll look at the bottom. You'll see Aiden Groom's name right down there, and he is on deck to wrestle. So that's another one that we're looking for. Also, Kale Weissoff is still in the hole, so he hasn't been popped back up or populated. He's actually going to be jumping up to mat 1 on deck after this match is done, which currently they're in period 3 with about
minute and 10 seconds left.
Yes, minute 10.
Mat 2 is done.
Mat 2 is done. Aiden Tim, Jackson Knap from Lisbon, and Aiden Tim from Belle Plaine will be up next.
Aiden Glenn Jessup, semifinal bout at number 3 at 144.
We'll bring that one to you live as we go. And then we'll, once
Aiden Tim, Belle Plaine.
Aiden Groom gets on deck, we'll go back and forth. And Dave will jump over and he'll cover Aiden Groom, and I'll keep you up to date with Aiden Tim as we go. Or as we had him the first time this morning, Dave, we were Aiden, and I was getting confused which Aiden we were talking about.
I didn't catch that there was 2.
All right, starting out, period 1 right there. Aiden Tim and Jackson Knap from Lisbon. Aiden from Belle Plaine. Aiden comes in at 37-3. Jackson Knap at 48-11 as a senior. They're both seniors.
As Knap tries to do a slide but doesn't get it, Tim does a little fake. Knap drops down. Knap drops down again just to see how Tim will react. Head tap, head tap. Now Tim pulls him in. Tim gets into the leg, trips his back, gets a takedown to his back, has a 4 near fall. Score will now be 7-0 as Knap is able to kind of turn off of his back onto his base, and they go out of bounds. So we start in the middle there with the 7-0 score.
That's some quick
Knap will
action
be
right
down.
away.
Welcome to wrestling.
We've seen those go backwards just as fast, too.
Yep. And then Tim cuts him. So we're both neutral. Tapping on the head.
Jace Jones, Sumner Fredericksburg. Matthew Clemens, St. Edmunds. This is a consolation bout at number 1 at 144.
Tim shoots in. He has the leg again, just not as good a hold. Pulls him down with a half Nelson and gets another 3. Doing a nice job of getting into the leg and able to finish it. A lot of times we've got into the legs today, just not able to finish it. So Tim's up 10-1. As easy as those two were, we only have 12 seconds left in the first period. 10 seconds now. Knap comes back to his knees. Tim takes him right back down. Then he's got a head lever. And we run out of time in the first period. Score is 10-1.
A lot of points in one period, which we've seen more.
That's right. It's really good points in one period if they're for you. So why do we have 3 empty mats? I'm scared to ask.
They're staging. They're trying to get people around. So
I see.
we should have. It looks like we've had 1, 2 pins.
Knap comes out and is able to stand out. Tim just releases him. That 5-second stalling call, it makes them make a decision really fast of what they want to do. Knap seems to be getting a little more active in his fakes and his shots. There, Tim shoots in but doesn't make a really good shot and comes back out, adjusts his headgear. Snaps. Tim makes a fake. Knap slides back and down. Said, "You've taken me down twice." Tim shoots again. Still doesn't get it. And I think we got a poke in the eye. There's a lot of activity going on around about the eye, about the head. This is on my time if he got poked in the eye from the other wrestler. My time, the officials' time. They don't start the injury time.
Well, if they got poked in the eye, let's go ahead. We're going to welcome back our Cage You're In 1410 Colwell Automation and Compass Memorial Healthcare live update at 5:30. Joining us, Dan Walker along with Dave Kaizen. We have on mat 2, Jackson Knap from Lisbon is wrestling Aiden Tim from Belle Plaine. Currently the score is 10-2.
HLBTC. This is a consolation round at number 1 at 157.
And here we go on 2 mats. Knap gets in. Tim is able to fight him off with the Wizards so far. They come back up to neutral. Nice shot by Knap. Just Tim was able to get a Wizard in, able to fend him off and bring him back to neutral. Tim gives him a tap to the head, shoots in but doesn't get it. Knap gets into an ankle. Changes it to a single leg. Tim's going around and is trying to hold him off. Knap's got a hold of one leg, just not able to finish it. Tim's got the ankle tucked underneath there. 3 seconds left in the period. Maybe he can get by without giving it up. And there's the end of the second period.
So right now we're going to have 3 going at the same time, Dave. Kale Weissoff from HLV on mat 1's wrestling Jackson Gordon. And on mat 7, it's just about ready to start. Preston Hunter from Beckman Catholic and Aiden Groom from North Mahaska.
Going back to mat 2. On mat 1, we had a lift and takedown, and he was dropped. And we have a young man from Kale Weissoff is on the mat. Okay. I look away for 2 seconds, and I'm guessing he got poked in the eye again. We're on recovery time because the ref is signaling the time going down. And that it also gave him a point. I don't know if it was for unnecessary roughness or...
Or on mat 1, Jackson Gordon just got a takedown on Kale Weissoff.
Well, Kale's on the mat. They're attending to him. And the injury time is counting down. He's standing up now, which is a good sign.
Yeah, it appeared to be like a controlled body rollover, but Kale came down kind of on his neck and twisted off to his left side. He's kind of pointing to the coaches over there.
Coaches want to talk about whether that was a slam or not.
Yeah, as he was being brought around, the coaches were up right away saying, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah. Anytime you lift in wrestling, it is your responsibility to bring them down in a safe and controlled manner. We're going to start again on mat 1. They gave him the takedown, and there was no point, so they called it a controlled release. So anyway.
Update on mat
on
7
Aiden.
Down there. Sorry. Go ahead, Dave. You're about ready to say Aiden. Or you were on Aiden Tim as he leads 12-2.
I'm on Aiden Tim as he's up 12-5. So we can go down to 52 seconds left in the third period. And now it's 14-5 as Tim gets a reversal. Let's see what he can do righty. He's got 42 seconds to figure out how to keep him, to right him to get so he can wrestle for third and fourth. On the mat down at 7. Hunter's doing a great job of riding him. It is 3-0 in the second period. Now Groom comes up, standing up. Hunter drops down to an ankle. Groom turns into him, and Hunter takes him back down to the mat.
Those listening on KGRN 1410 Live, we are going to stay here since we have 3 mats going on. One will be finishing up here in about now on mat 2.
Tim was on mat 1. Tim was called for stalling, therefore they stop it and put him back to the middle of the mat with 3 seconds left in the third period. On mat 7, Hunter was able to turn Aiden for a 4 count. He is up 7-0 right now. And on mat 2, that is the end of the match. They get up, they hug, go back to the middle, and Tim wins 14-6. On mat 1, we have Jackson Gordon winning 6-2 over Kale Weissoff of HLVTC. Weissoff has him pulled down, trying to spin around him to get a takedown, and he got it. Makes the score 6-5. has a cradle locked up. He just can't get his head to the side to help turn him. There he's getting it. Now he's getting it figured out. Now he's getting it on the back. Now he's getting it. And the coach is jumping. The coach is thinking he's pinned. The coach is saying, there it is. We have a happy coach from HLV. I'm sure that we thought we'd be on the front side, but if you can't get first, I want to be third. And so he wins by fall in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. That's the second period. Down on mat 7. Groom is riding. He gives him a crossface just to let him know that he's there. Trying to get him turned. Groom is down 7-0 with 59 seconds left in the third period. There's a power half coming from the left. Got a Turk in. Aiden is doing everything that he can. And they call it potentially dangerous. Restart him over on 31 seconds. We stopped for blood time. So
let's go ahead and hit a few of our sponsors. You cut me off, Dave, when they come back out of blood time. Lender Tire, Lights Insurance Agency in Montezuma, New Sharon, Patriot Realty in Brooklyn, Montezuma, Linville Sully, and Grinnell. Security, Title, and Escrow Services, Montezuma State Bank, Fidelity Bank and Trust, First State Bank with locations in Montezuma, Brooklyn, Linville Sully area, Grinnell, and New Sharon. Thombert Inc., Quarry Hall Photography, and the Greater Poweshiek County area. Manats, Brooklyn Medical Center, Brooklyn Mutual Telecommunications Co-op, Dayton Meat Products in Malcolm, 641 Apparel in Sully, Janco Industries, Star Auto, Sully Transport, Kevin Durbin State Farm, Grinnell Mutual, Brown Shoe Fit, Partners Communication Cooperative, Dran Insurance Agent, Tice Motor Company, Sunny Hill Care Center in Tama, Ullman Furniture, and that rounds that out, along with our title sponsors, Colwell Automation and Compass Memorial Healthcare. Thank you to all those that helped bring this to us on these live updates.
Customized t-shirts, hoodies, and performance apparel. Commemorate.
Yeah, we're starting to bring a few more mats back online. I got a little worried there. We only had 5 mats going at once.
Actually, we only have 3 mats going right now. The kids know where they're supposed to be. Yeah. Unfortunately, I assume it was the semifinals that are somehow didn't download. We got an unsportsmanlike conduct on Groom. Coach has the talking over with the head official. I'd like to be a fly in this conversation. Really doesn't matter. Unless that was the second period. There's an unsportsmanlike 1-point green.
James White, Iowa Valley Marengo, Sam Reagan, St. Albert. Semifinal bout, map number 4, 150.
Got 1-point green for neutral.
Officials, you can start your matches at the semis. Now up on mat number 5 at 157 semis. Austin Peters, Westwood Sloan.
Officials are trying to get the scores straightened out.
Semifinal bout, mat number 5 at 150.
Single it was unsportsmanlike conduct on Groom. Therefore, Green gets 1 more point, and then Groom wants to go neutral. So he gets another point for neutral.
West Hancock Dwit, second semifinal.
Makes the score 8-0 with 7 seconds left in the third period. Groom saying, let's get this on the show on the road. Where the more time you give him, the more time he gets to rest. In the middle of mat, we have Chance Hoyt from Iowa Valley. He's on mat 4. 0-0. Well, actually, they have blood time right now. Kind of started too long ago because they had computer problems and are getting it down. Just started. Had 5 minutes where we didn't have any wrestlers on the semifinals.
Dave below, Midland, consolation round, match number 8.
So here we go. It is 9-0, Preston Groom, and he is running. And that's the end of the match. Nice match. Aiden will wrestle for 7th and 8th. He must have said something. Young man from Hunter must have said something to him because Ryan, Aiden come back over at him, and the coach grabbed him and said, let's get him off. The other coach grabbed his wrestler and said, that's enough. Sometimes tempers flare when kids don't get a wrestle to where they want to go. So I think we're caught up.
So he'll be in the wrestle-back round.
Now up on match number 7.
And now
He'll wrestle for 7th and 8th tomorrow night.
Yes, and we should have 165 coming up yet. Ryan Groom.
Yeah, because of all the mats, they've got them together, so it's the first available mat.
Right. So we're on, let's see, 3, 4, and 5. We're just on 150 and 157 in the center. So we are going to go ahead and turn this back to KGRN Studio. This has been a live update from the Boys State Wrestling Tournament. I'm Dan Walker. He's Dave Kaizen. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for your next live update on KGRN.
To a 106-pounder, stand ready. You are in the hole. Consolations. To a 106-pounder, consolation round. You're in the hole. Get ready to wrestle.
Okay, so we are. That's right, 165. He's 1. He's 1. So he's in the semifinals. Is where he needs to be clicking in there.
Consolation round, match number 2 at 175.
We have Iowa Valley wrestling on mat 4. So we have Chance Hoyt that's got a takedown. He's up 3-0. Has a chicken wing. Hoyt pulls him forward, now cranks him over. Doesn't quite get it. Comes back. We'll go into the second period, up 3-0. Green defers. Red takes down. Oh, gets the reversal. Makes it 5-0 on Iowa Valley's mat.
All right, so it looks like when Ryan Groom pops up for 165. He's going to wrestle Jackson Kounkel from Hinton.
Circle. From Hinton.
From Hinton, yes.
Val's still riding him. Trying to reach for a half. Can't quite get it yet. Young man's jamming up pretty close. There's a stalling call on the young man on bottom. That gives try and get him over, and he does.
Match number 7 at 215. Carter Richter, ACTC. Dax Youngblood.
And there's the fall.
Match number 7 at 215.
He's happy. Our Valley coaches are happy. Congratulations to them. So we have one finalist tomorrow.
Now wrestling on back number 4 in the semifinal bout for 165. Kyle Weissoff, John Winchie, Holden Cole. Woodbury Central. This is the semifinal bout at number 4 at 165.
Since they're on this first available mat, they're not even putting who's on deck. Yeah,
well,
so
they had
frustrating.
computer issues. They had computer issues. They're just trying to work through this as best they can. We've had.
Okay, so it looks like Ryan Groom is going to be, he's on deck on mat 3.
On deck on where?
Mat 3. They just got it straightened out here.
I think he's on mat 3. That sure looks like a New Sharon singlet.
So they
North
just moved
Mahaska
him
singlet.
up. Yep.
And here comes Dad and the dog and another coach that I know. They're ready. They shake hands.
Mason White, Iowa Valley Durango. Now wrestling mat number 5 at 175 semifinals.
After that, we won't see anything until 285. And they're coming faster than we think.
Yep, they do a good job of moving them through as long as the computer works. Jackson pulled him down.
Excuse me, 215.
There wasn't anything going on, so the referee said, let's do a stalemate. Let's go back to the middle and see if we can get some action going. Now they're in a collar tie. Jackson pulls him down. Ryan tries to do a headlock, and that doesn't work, and he gets taken down. So it's 3-0 Jackson. Jackson's reaching across. He stands up. Ryan does. And to not get a stalling call, Jackson releases him.
As you did 2A 106-pounder Consolations, stand ready.
It's 3-1 now, as Ryan got a escape. He has the overhook, really doesn't like that. Trying to get now a collar tie. Jackson has Ryan's arm tied up. Pulls him down. Oh, Ryan did a really nice slide by, got to him, and was able to get the takedown secured before they went out of bounds. Makes it 4-3. 27 seconds left in the first period. They go back to the middle. They reset. They get started. Jackson stands up. Ryan takes him back down to the mat. Has a 2-on-1. Trying to turn him. Has to get it tighter before he's going to be able to turn him. And there he does get it tighter and gets it,
Semifinal bout, match number 6 at
and is getting that back points.
Alex Tideman from Christensen.
And there's time in the period.
Don Bosco.
Get a 4-point near fall. That makes it 8-3. Beginning of the second period. Flip the coin. Red's choice. He defers. Brian's going down. As easily as he tilted him, I thought maybe he would go up again. Ryan starts down, just kind of spreads out, trying to get his arm. Now he grabs Jackson's arm. He stands up. Jackson tries to take him down. And they roll out of bounds, come back to the middle. Ryan will still be down.
Now wrestling on match number 2, Consolations.
As Ryan stands up,
Melhert, Wright. Consolations round, match number 2 at 285.
Jackson lifts him, tries to turn him as he brings him down. Ryan comes right back up to a tripod. Now he comes up. Does his foot sweep. Takes him back down. Jackson does. Ryan does a roll. And they go, well, they were going out of bounds. Come back in. Ryan's got another point, so it's 9-3. Tries to slide by the work last time. Doesn't work this time. Ryan did. Jackson makes a fake. Trying to pull Ryan's head down. Ryan said, I'll go. And he grabs the hold and gets in there on a double leg and is able to score it. And so it's up 12-3. 45 seconds left. Coach is trying to tell him, ride him tight. Ryan's trying to get an arm bar. Trying to get the arm. Doing a nice job of keeping his weight on him, making Jackson carry his whole weight, not giving Jackson any support, not letting him support himself on his arms. Trying to work for a fall. Referee's coming in and talking to him. Brian's trying to get the arm back. And that's the end of the second period. And we're going neutral. Score is 12-3 whenever we can get a 15-point spread. Match ends for technical foul. Jackson has an underhook. And they go out of bounds. 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the third period. Ryan shoots in, gets out of position. Jackson comes with an underhook. Ryan is fighting him off with the whizzer. Jackson's holding on to Ryan's hand. Ryan steps across. No points yet. Ryan is putting a lot of pressure on him. Jackson is literally just holding his arm so he can't score. Now Ryan has the whizzer in. Takes him down. Now they come back to their feet. Ryan has the whizzer. Jackson's working it up to an underhook. Ryan's got a hold of Jackson's other hand so he can't score. And they're standing there. Now Jackson is pulling on his head. And they go out of bounds with a stalling call on Ryan. 51 seconds left in the third period. Ryan comes in. Jackson pulls him down. Ryan comes in, shoots, gets a single leg, lifts the single leg, uses his head to tip him back, and gets a takedown. Beautifully done. Got in on the single, lifted it, and finished it. Scores 15-3, 32 seconds left. Riding with a half and a spiral half.
Match number 5, semifinals at 190. Ryan Works, Hendris, Keaton Bowler, Starbucks. Semifinals. Match number 5 at 190.
And there's a 4. Dad's happy. He's got a finalist. He scores 19-3. Not sure I'd stand in front of Kounkel right now. But then I've said that to about a few of the girls when they've wrestled on the girls' tournament. Congratulatory hug from Dad as he's holding on to the paper of the at the finals, which will be done tomorrow night.
Nottoway Valley, your semifinal belt at number 3 at 190.
Gets a hug from Mom.
Now on that 7 punches at 106, class 2A. Edison, Melhert, Decorah, Ace Cochran, Glenwood.
So that's
Consolation, round at number 7, 2A, 106.
So now we are waiting
Now
for
semifinals.
2:15.
Tyler Sellis, Don Bosco.
Braxton Platts.
Semifinal bout at 2:15.
if we have somebody from this area, if fine. If not, I'm going to follow Dylan Kriegel from Iowa Valley. He's going to be wrestling Caleb Christensen from Nottoway Valley.
Yeah, right now, let's see. We're still waiting. They haven't put Platts up on the board. Plants.
Seen a lot of singlets in my time. I'm not sure I've ever seen quite like the one that on the wrestler that Nolan's wrestling. It's a purple with white, big white spots in it.
Welcome. It's the 6 o'clock live update from AM 1410 KGRN, brought to you by Colwell Automation in Montezuma and Compass Memorial Healthcare. Just got done with an exciting match with Ryan Groom from North Mahaska beating Jackson Kounkel from Hinton 19-3. And currently we are waiting on Braxton Platts, which is on deck on mat number 5 from Montezuma. He'll be wrestling Carter Wright from Woodbury Central. So that is the next one up. Dave, you're going to fill in the blanks with a young man from Iowa Valley, Nolan Kriegel, and Caleb Christensen from Nottoway
Braxton
Valley.
is up.
Braxton's up now?
Braxton's up now. There's a minute and 41 seconds left in the first period. They're just tapping each other and feeling each other out. The Carter Wright is making Braxton go backwards. Braxton gets his hands up, and Carter gets a takedown. Just about takes Braxton down to his back. Braxton ended up on his stomach. They did roll across Braxton's shoulders. He's riding him really tough, trying to take an arm out. Carter does get the arm out. So Braxton is on his stomach. Has a chicken wing in. Trying to block the other hand. Carter is trying to turn him. And they're stopping it for potentially dangerous. It was cranking really hard. Braxton will be down. They are started back in the middle after potentially dangerous. Carter is doing a nice job of riding on Nolan's match, there's potentially dangerous, so they'll go back to the middle. Down in freeze position as he is behind 3-0. Braxton stands up.
Now wrestling on mat number 8, 2A, 120 pounds.
And that's the end of the first period with a 3-0 score. They flip the coin, and it flips to red. Braxton defers. And Carter is taking a breather, rest before he goes there. He stands up. Braxton's pulling backwards, lifts on him, lifts him out of bounds. They'll go back down in the middle.
And believe it or not, the 2As are already starting to filter in on the Consolation outsides.
They will not waste much time tonight because they will keep them moving. And there is an escape by Carter, so the score is now 4-0. On Nolan's match, it is 3-0 as he's being ridden. 20 seconds left in the second period. He stands up, stands up, and then throws a move, and then they go back down. On mat 5, Carter shoots in. Braxton is able to fend him off. And Nolan's getting tilted now. Got 2. On Braxton's mat, Carter's able to get another takedown as he is riding him out with 46 seconds left in the second period. Impressed with this Carter Wright. He looks like he's a big 215-pounder. Now he has an armbar series in, trying to get Braxton's coming up. Referee's saying keep it legal. Goes to a chicken wing, and now Carter loses it. Puts a half Nelson in. And that's the end of Braxton's second period. It's Red's choice. Red chooses neutral. Coach is encouraging him what to do. See if he can get it figured out. We're in the middle of the match, middle of the 7-0 score as there's Lance is trying to figure out how to get a takedown, so maybe he could turn him. He shoots in. Carter's ready for him. Spins around. They're still spinning, and takes Braxton down. So it's 10-0 now. They roll. Braxton's still down. Carter's doing a really nice job of riding, and it's kind of a lost art. And on the other mat, on mat 3, Caleb Christian won 7-0 over Nolan Kriegel. On mat 5, we have Carter trying to get a chicken wing in, has the other hand, gonna run it. Referee is saying keep it legal. Keep it legal. Braxton comes up.
Match number 3, Class 1A.
Carter puts a half in. Braxton comes up, and Carter just grabs his other leg, his ankle.
Sexton of Emmitsburg now up on match number 3, semifinal of 285, Class 1A.
And that's the end of the match, with Carter Wright from Woodbury Central winning 10-0 over Braxton Plants. And that concludes, I think, all of our wrestlers on the map for now.
Yep, and very quickly we're going to start back with 2A because they're rolling in pretty quick. So Braxton Plants, he will go to
Wrestle again.
Consolation bracket
Yes.
now.
He will wrestle again tomorrow.
That'll be tomorrow, so that won't be tonight. That'll be tomorrow morning.
No, once they wrestle tonight, they are done for the night.
So he'll wrestle in the morning session then?
Yep. Yes, Plants will wrestle tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m. They'll wrestle the Consolation semifinals, and then they will go back and wrestle for the place winners. And then tomorrow night, they will have the championship. And we're having some trouble with our computers in that we have 2 mats that are empty.
Matt, is that Matt 5? One of them?
Mat 5 and Mat 4.
Due to the break, to the conclusion of the 285 semifinals in Class 1A.
Okay. They just said we're going to take a 10-minute break on the semifinals between 1A and 2A. They will continue to wrestle the Consolations on the outside.
Okay. So with that being said, that's going to conclude our 6 o'clock update live on 1410 KJRN, brought to you by Kounkel Automation and Compass Memorial. We'll be back at 6:30 for another update, and we'll pick up from there. So if you're watching on our YouTube channel, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break since we don't have anyone wrestling even in the 2As. I don't think we have people that are wrestling in the championship bracket on 2A. So
We do. We have a 13-pounder, but
Yep.
they're going to take
10-minute break.
They're going to, after they get done with the matches. And so we've still got a heavyweight match, and they don't start that 10 minutes until after they get done with the last match. I assume they're trying to fix their computers.
All right. Well, for those on KJRN, thank you for joining us, and we'll report back at 6:30 for your next live update. And if you're watching us on the YouTube, it'll just kind of hang out. You can hear the announcer in the background as the 2A will go ahead. Consolations will continue, and some of the 1A 285, which are still in process there. So we'll pick it back up live as soon as we get someone back on the mat from Williamsburg, and we'll go from there. You're listening and watching to Tiger Sports Livestream Network live from the Boys State Championship in Des Moines at the Casey Center. I'm Dan Walker. He's Dave Kaizen, and we'll be back as soon as we get a wrestler back on the line. All right, Dave. I'm going to run and do my duties.
as always, when they make it go to the finish. It's 1-1 at the end of at 30 seconds left in 3. Almost had a takedown there on the end of the edge of the map at the end of the period. Didn't. So now we go to overtime. That's the way it always happens. So now we go to the 30-second periods.
Now wrestling in the 2A, Melhert receives Preston Hass of Atlantic. Both Boyles, Burlington, Notre Dame. Hass of Atlantic, Boyles of Burlington, Notre Dame. Best number 8 to 132. Now wrestling in mat number 7, 138 pounds. Aiden Grinder, Washington. Kate Lash, Rowan Story. Grinder of Washington, Lash and Rowan Story. Now wrestling on mat number 7, Consolation 2A, 138. Now wrestling on mat number 2, 138 pounds. Aiden Kirkpatrick, Enfield Lakesford Fremont, Bill Larson, Decorah. Kirkpatrick, Enfield Lakesford Fremont, Larson, Decorah. Wrestling on mat number 2 at 138. Class 2A semifinals will begin in a couple of minutes.
Damn.
Now wrestling match number 7, 138 Consolation. Hayden Wringler, Washington. Hayden Latch, Roland Story.
Dan.
The wrestlers, coaches, fans from Musco Lighting. The official exclusive lighting partner, the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Whether it's a hometown field or professional stadium, or is so by its Musco. Fans, it's time to win some money for college. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter to win. Win a $1,000 scholarship.
Still there?
High school students and college students, as well as their parents, are eligible. Scholarships courtesy of the IHSAA. Education Lending, a proud partner of the IHSAA. Wrestling fans, choose your dental coverage from people who know what matters to life.
They're getting the wrestlers on the mat, getting ready to go.
With the most dentists statewide, so you can choose more. Visit SherryCoachSmile.com to learn more. 118 stores. Come to the semifinals. 10th place Hinton with 48. 19th West team with 49. 8th Riverside Oakland with 55 and 7th Westwood the Slope 62 and a half. 6th is Lisbon 65 and a half. 5th Charlotte 70 and a half. 4th is Conway Valley 74 and a half. 3rd is Woodbury Central 77 and a half. Jessup is in 2nd place with 90 and a half points, and leading the tournament class 1A with 188 points, Don Bosco.
They're starting to roll them into place.
Class 2A semifinals.
They're in place. We're getting ready to go as we have Riker DeWitt.
And here are the matchups, the semifinals.
Riker DeWitt from Williamsburg. He has taken on Coy Melhert from Union of Port City, and Coy shoots in, gets a takedown. Riker stands up. Coy takes him right back down.
Semifinals 113. Ethan Humphrey, West Branch, Charlie Bowman.
And Coy turns him loose. 3-1.
113. Troy Mailer, Union of Port City, Riker DeWitt, Williamsburg. Now we're seeing line.
Collar ties. They're going up and down. After you watch the heavyweights in slow motion, these guys will move really fast.
Match number 1 at 144.
Coy gets in on the single leg. Riker's trying to hold on to a leg to keep him from getting there. And he rotates enough so it's up on his shoulder. Coy takes him on, rolls him over. Riker comes back out. Coy tries to go for the other ankle and doesn't get it.
Now let's see match number 157. Consolation. Colin Sesker, Larry Goldfield Dowles, Cooper Franklin, Albert. Sesker, Larry Goldfield Dowles, Franklin, Albert. Now wrestling on match number 1. Consolation at 157.
Coy shoots in, grabs the leg, single leg, but he takes it opposite of what they normally do, and is able to get another takedown. Makes the score 6-1. We got blood time. For Riker. Then they got to clean the mat. As soon as they get the blood stopped, they can cut the blood time, but they've got to clean, make sure everybody's clean. Make sure the blood on the mat's cleaned up. So far, I've been impressed with Coy from Union Port City. He has 2 takedowns already in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Riker's down, stands up. Coy takes him back down, riding with an arm. Riker stands up again. Coy takes him back down. Riker's standing up again. Coy reaches down, grabs the ankle, pulls him back down. And that's the end of the first period. Score 6-1 in favor of Coy Melhert from Union. Green's choice. He defers. Red's going to go down. So Coy's going to go down with a 6-1 lead. Coy stands up. Riker turns him loose. Makes it 7-1. Coy swings in. Riker's able just to move off and avoid the contact. Coy's coming forward, reaching out, touching, pushing Riker back. Now he's got a Russian. Got a 2-on-1, trying to get Riker's pushing off with his hand. There's a stalling call on Riker, and Coy shoots in, able to get it. Has another 3-point takedown for a 10-1 lead. Using his hand trying to get a cradle is what he's trying to get, I think. Butcher would work really well if Coy wanted to try it. Lifts on the leg. Coy does, but not able to get Riker turned over. There's another stalling call, and there's one. Makes it 11-1. Riker's trying to stand up. Coy's all the way out front, and they go out of bounds. Impressed with Coy Melhert from Union and Port City. Riker's going down. He's set. Coy's covering. This will get started. 13 seconds left in the second period. Scores 11-1. Riker stands up. Coy lifts him up, puts him right back down.
Consolation of 150. Troy.
Got blood again.
West Delaware, Manchester. Kale Weissoff, Burlington, Notre Dame. Kounkel, West Delaware. Cook.
Must be just on his arm as
At 150.
they're cleaning it off of him. And there's some on the mat.
Consolation. Jackson Lundgren, North Bay and Valley. Cash Hatfield, West Branch. Lundgren of North Bay and Valley. Hatfield, the West Branch, now wrestling on mat number 8, consolation of 144.
Riker's down. Coy's on top of him. Coy tries to come up. Riker tries to come up. Coy takes him right back down. He's doing everything to Riker but turning him. Riker's doing a nice job of fighting that off. Comes back to his base. He's got a 1-on-1 on both sides. Now he goes back to a deep waist. Right. Riker's trying to get to his base. Coy's taking that out the opposite arm. When he comes up, he's trying to work for a cradle. Riker's able to break his hold. Stands up. Corey takes him back down.
Now wrestling on mat number 4, Semifinal, 120 pounds, class 2A. Dylan Williamson, Van Meter, Roland Burlington, Notre Dame.
Coy's done a nice job of riding him. 46 seconds left in the third period.
Semifinal, class 2A, 120.
If you're just joining us live on KGRN for the live update, we have on mat 6 Coy Melhert and Riker Dwit live in action right now.
It's 11 to 1 score, 26 seconds left in the third period. It's been kind of a total domination of wrestling by, and another stalling call, and that's one. I'm not sure whether that isn't his third one. His fourth one shouldn't have been two. Anyway, it's 12 to 1 with no time left in the third period. As Coy Melhert from Union LaPorte City does a nice job of wrestling Riker DeWitt and wins 12 to 1. So Riker will wrestle to see if he can go as high as third or see if he will go down to sixth.
And that'll
He
be
will do that tomorrow morning.
Also. Okay.
Yes.
So that is done. So thank you for joining us on AM 1410. This would be our 6:30 update, live update on 1410 KGRN, brought to you by Colwell Automation and Compass Memorial Healthcare. Just kind of a update since we were last going. We finished out on 1A bracket, which was, get me down here, Montezuma's Braxton Plants lost to Carter Wright of Woodbury Central. So tomorrow morning, Braxton will wrestle on in the consolation bracket to wrestle back to try to still get third place. So he is actually still alive in the bracket. Then up there we just finished out with Riker DeWitt, which he lost to Coy Melhert of Union LaPorte City 1-12. So he will also wrestle back tomorrow morning and be able to have him on the mats when we start back up. As we sit now, we are kind of in a limbo state to wait until Josh Wringler, which is the next wrestler at 190. But let me give you kind of a rundown, and we'll just say thank you to all of our sponsors as we missed our 6 o'clock, so we'll recover everything that we did on our 6 o'clock mat update. So first of all, here's our sponsors that are helping us make this to you tonight. Linder Tire, Lights Insurance Agency from Montezuma and New Sharon, Patriot Realty, Brooklyn and Montezuma, Linville, Sully area, and Grinnell, Security, Title, and Escrow Services, Montezuma State Bank, Fidelity Bank and Trust, First State Bank in Montezuma, Brooklyn, Linville, Grinnell, and New Sharon, Thomber Inc. in Brooklyn, Corey Hall Photography serving the greater area of Poweshiek County, Manats in Brooklyn, Brooklyn Medical, Brooklyn Mutual Telecommunications Co-op, Dayton Meat Products in Malcolm, 641 Apparel in Sully, Janco Industries, Star Auto, Sully Transport, Kevin Durbin State Farm, Grinnell Mutual, Brown Shoe Fit, Partners Communication Cooperative, Dran Insurance Agency, and Tice Motor Group, and then Sunny Hill Care Center and Tama, along with Ullman's Furniture in Williamsburg. So thank you to all those sponsors. To top it off with Coleman Automation and Compass Memorial. So thank you for joining us on all of those. And let's go back for a little bit of an update on what we had go on in our early rounds for our 1A bracket before we take off here. First of all, we had Belle Plaine, 144. Aiden Tim won his round against Charlie Christensen in the morning, and then he come back in the afternoon bracket this afternoon and won against Jackson Knapp. So he continues down that third place bracket, and then we jump over to 150 with Aiden Groom. Aiden had wins all the way up until the round this afternoon, and he lost against Preston Hunter from Beckman Catholic. So he is actually staying alive to wrestle back into the tomorrow morning bracket also. And then we jump down to 157, Kale Weissoff, which he come back out and pinned Jackson Gordon and from Riverside Oakdale in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Go down to, that was weight class 157, yes. Weight class 165 for North Mahaska, Ryan Groom. He beat Trevor Close from Coon Rapids this morning, and then he come back this afternoon or this evening, and he beat Jackson Kounkel from Hinton with a score of 19-3. So he also will continue on and keep wrestling. And then lastly, we talked about this when we started on air at 215, Braxton Plants. He lost to Carter Wright from Woodbury Central at a score of 0-10, but he is still alive because that is his first loss. So that gives you an update for our 6:30 update live here on 1410 KGRN. We'll stop back at 7 o'clock for your next update. You've been listening to, I'm Dan Walker, he's Dave Kaizen, and thank you for joining us on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network along with KGRN 1410. We'll be back at 7 o'clock. We're getting closer. They're up to, well, no, it's still all Consolation on the outside mats. Every time I see a big, like a 190, 165, then I look down and it's mat 2 or mat 7.
Yeah.
So
they're on the outside. They're up.
Yeah.
They're up to 170.
3 through 6. We're still on 126.
120, 126. Eddyville's got 2 wrestlers that are on the mat.
Number 2, Consolation at 165.
Young man from West Marshall on mat 5. Wrestling the Eddyville Blakesburg wrestler.
Eddyville also has another young man on mat 6. As Slater Thompson from Eddyville is taking on Joseph Leake from Glenwood. I think Slater's down. I think Simon Betts is up.
Stand ready.
There's a reversal. And we have Simon Betts into the finals for Eddyville. It's the beginning of the second period on mat 6. With Slater. Slater's down. Third period on mat 6. Slater's down 6-2.
Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont. Schaefer of Eagle Grove, Polonix, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont. Now wrestling on mat number 8 at 157.
We have all kinds of Eddyville Blacksburg
Now wrestling
Fremont
on
wrestlers up here
number
today.
5, semifinal
They do.
132. Gage Spurgeon, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont.
And here comes another one.
Barry Goldfield Dow.
They won the state title at the dual meet a week or so ago. 2 weeks ago.
Had a good showing on the girls' side at the girls' state tournament.
Now by mat number 4, semifinal at 132. Carter Voss of Crestwood Cresco. Easton Enyard of Ballard. Voss of Crestwood Cresco. Enyard of Ballard now wrestling on mat number 4, semifinal at 132.
And there's another one. The one.
Now wrestling on mat number 7.
Mat 5 is Babe Sturgeon from Eddyville and Lyndon Petsamine from Clark.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, semifinal at 138.
Slater's in on a leg.
Peyton Jones, Union, Lamort City. Sanders.
Now he gets the, he had the leg kind of reversed.
Number 3, semifinal.
Linden is tried to put a crossface on. Slater's driving across it. Referee's saying no points yet. And there's 3. Gabe is up 3-0. So we still have 3 Eddyville-Blakesburg wrestlers, and there's a stalling call. I guess, and unfortunately, there's going to be one Eddyville that goes down. It's 10-7 with 3 seconds left.
Assumption Davenport, Jason Tyler, Decorah. Booming, Assumption Davenport, Tyler, Decorah. Now wrestling on mat number 1, 175.
As Slater is defeated by Joseph Leake of Greenwood. Gabe is up 4-0, minute and 43 seconds. Hayden Schaefer is up 9-1. Oh, does a nice job of Gabe does of Spurgeon of getting in on the leg. Now he's getting in on a double. Linden is fighting him off very hard. Gabe usually doesn't have to work that hard to get takedowns. He's fighting him with a whizzer. Able to get it. There's another 3. Makes it 7-0.
Semifinal class 2A, 138 pounders. $144 semifinalists, stand ready.
That's kind of incredible when you think about Eddyville. So they have 2 wrestling right now. They had 3 wrestling at one time. That's why you bring a lot of coaches, I guess.
They do a good job down there. Sometimes I think there's something in the water at Eddyville because they just keep bringing us good ones. They actually have had 4 kids wrestling in the last 4 weight classes.
Yeah.
On the mat. On the mats here.
Well,
the one on mat 8 is up 12-2. Gabe's up 7-0. The one young man that was on mat 6 lost. But I think they had one on mat 5 in front of this, the one. Yes. So they have at least one finalist. The thing about it, when you have one wrestler that's really exceptional, usually you'll find somebody either above him or below him that is exceptional too. just because they practice with each other every day. There you see Gabe swing into a low single, able to take him down, makes it 10-0. It's 12-2 on 8. If Eddyville has a fault, they do not have a lot of upper weights or this kind of quality on upper weights. Gabe is up 10-0, 24 seconds left in the third period. 16 seconds left.
It's taking us 1 second to go. The refs are going to agree on it.
Eddyville wins on mat 8. Eddyville wins on mat 5.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, Consolation of 190, class 2A. Oscar Potter, Woodward Granger, Brendan Lampers, Sioux Center. Potter, Woodward Granger, Lampers, Sioux Center.
And Eddyville brings another one on 5. That is 3 kids wrestling in the quarterfinals on this mat in the last 3 matches.
Brandon Davis, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont, Riker Bobby, Woodward Granger. Davis of Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont, Bobby of Woodward Granger. Now wrestling on mat number 5, semifinal at 144. Now wrestling on mat number 8, Consolation at 215. Danny Small, center point for Benda. Captain Rogers, Wilkie. Small, center point for Benda. Rogers for Wilkie. Now wrestling on mat number 8, Consolation 2A, 215 pounds. Class 3A, 106 and 113 pounders. Stand by, stand ready. Now wrestling on mat number 7. Consolation 285, Captain Holt, Carroll, Draven Guthrie, Glenwood. Holt of Carroll, Guthrie of Glenwood. Now wrestling on mat number 7, Consolation 2A, 285 pounders. Now wrestling on mat number 4. Semifinals at 144. Owen Hendrickson.
Oh, is he smooth?
Patterson, Benton Community. Hendrickson of Albernet. Patterson of Benton Community. Now wrestling on mat number 4. Semifinal at 144.
And now they're starting to bring the 3As in on the Consolation outside
Cody
back.
Chesky of Denver. Bolton Powell, Sioux Center. Chesky of Denver.
Run that by me again.
Oh, they're starting to bring the 3A in on the outside Consolation mats.
Yes. I don't think they'll ever take the semis off of the center, though. I think if they get the 3As down, they will just finish up the semis on the inside mats. Yeah.
Currently, is no one on mat 6 right now?
There's nothing going on mat 6 right now.
Okay.
Welcome to computers.
Yeah, it's not even showing up on the computer.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're having issues. Yeah. They're having issues, and that's why they don't have the kids. They had mat 4 open for quite a while, and then they then they got mat 4 going, but mat 6 is empty. Landon Davis is up 6-1 on mat 5. As they go out of bounds. Yes, they're gonna bring in 3A on the outside 4.
In fact, there's
Well, they're having computer issues again.
yeah, there's
That's why they took a 10-minute break.
There's 3-3As already on deck on mat 1, 7, and 8.
Yeah, those are the big guys are
was-
finishing up wrestling. Those Eddyville kids are just keep coming forward. Reminds me of the Iowa Hawkeyes 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
I'll tell you how strong they are, Dave. As I mentioned earlier, all of the classes, the 3 classes, are all in the same team running order. So
Yeah.
currently, Don Bosco's in first place at 188. Southeast Polk, which is a 3A, and then Eddyville Blakesburg is sitting in third place at 100.
So they're leading the 2A.
They're leading the 2A, yes, by a margin of 8 points over Decorah.
Yeah, but is Decorah 2A or 3A?
No, Decorah's been they're 2A. They've been wrestling with this
2A.
Yep.
Now wrestling on Knap.
9-1.
Class 2A, 285-pound Consolations.
8 seconds left in the second period.
Woodward Granger, by Cam, Sioux Center. Paul Reno, Woodward Granger, Cam, Sioux Center, now wrestling.
Gets 2-1 counts, so he doesn't get any back points, but still 9-1 going into the third.
Now up on mat number 7, class 3A.
But they're talking about it.
Crossing, Indianola, Harlan Walsh, Lindmar. Crossing, Indianola, Walsh.
And they're waving it off.
Class 3A, Consolations at 113.
And Riker from Woodward Granger wants to go up. We'll see how this works. Caution on red. Eddyville gets reset. Landon comes up. Is out already. I think this is the longest I have ever seen Matt sit empty.
2-minute break after the 144 semifinals. A 2-minute break after the 144 semifinals.
So basically, they're trying to get things up and running after the 144. There's going to be a 10-minute break. Remember when I said electronics are great when they work?
Yes. You always say that, Dave.
You're right. You're right, because I don't know how to run them. My problem is I want to watch the 165-pound semifinal in 3A. Eddyville's down on it in another takedown. Does a foot sweep. Another 3 points. 13-1. 17 seconds left. The other guy's hoping, let's get the time out of here so I can just get out of here with my body.
Cedar Falls, now on mat number 8, class 3A, 113.
I love the way Eddyville's wrestling right now. Guy does a roll, gets out of it. It's 13-2 with 5 seconds left. And that's the end of the match. 13-2. They have 3 in the finals. Three in the championship, 2 on the backside wrestling for 3rd and 4th. Not a bad day's work.
That's a proud coach right there, our coaching staff.
I still think there's something in the water.
Well, they all could be wrestling for a little bit of a mission too, and kind of memory of a former wrestler that they had.
Help me with that.
Oh, what was it? 3 weeks ago, they had a really good wrestler from Madyville, Blakesburg. He's been out of school like 10 years, but he was involved in shooting outside of the Casey's, and he lost his life. And he was a valid part. He did quite a bit of interacting with the wrestling team, helping out
with the kids,
even like up until he passed. So
very well could be. Sometimes the memories like that. Dan Gable lost his sister. That made him want to work a lot harder.
So
well.
Now we're getting the 157s.
Now we're on a 10-minute break.
Oh, we're going to take a 10-minute break.
We're going to take a 10-minute break after the 144s.
Okay. They're going to finish out that 157 that's wrestling too.
Well, they'll keep wrestling on the outside 4. They're taking a 10-minute break, or maybe.
Okay.
You know, the kids are not used to these 10-minute breaks.
Right.
They're sweats off and they're ready to go.
Yeah, because I show mat 5. It looks like they were going to start it, but they're not going to start.
Yeah, they made a statement here while Eddyville was wrestling that there was going to be a 10-minute break after 144. I still think, I'm sure that it's just to get their computers up where they want them. There's somebody that doesn't have any hair left. You know, it's not like you can have a second set of computers, you know, and so all you do is unplug one and plug another one in.
No, I'm sure something like this, it has to be running off. There has to be a master. There's many inputs, just because that's how track wrestles. There's a main database that holds everything, but then it's every individual mat has its own database.
The wrestlers are ready to go. Let it wrestle!
Ooh.
Here are the matchups. Semifinal class 2A at 150 on net. Number 3, Blake Fox of Osage. Cameron Kramer, Independence. On net number 4, semifinal 150.
So much for that 10-minute break.
What's that?
So much for that 10-minute break.
On net number 5, semifinal
Yeah.
157. Mikey Ryan of Mount Vernon, Hudson Scranton of Anamosa, and semifinal on mat number 6, 157-pounders, Liam Weber, West Delaware, Manchester, Tucker Wheeler, PCM Monroe. Now wrestling on mat number
Monroe boy on mat
Vincent Moore, Bethany West Des Moines,
6. You got a takedown. He's up 3-0 as they go out of bounds.
Kennedy, now wrestling on mat number 1 at 106. On mat number 2, 3A 106, Connor McGonigal, Iowa City Liberty, Lucas Speed.
They're already pulling into 3A because Dubuque Hempstead has somebody on mat 8.
Yeah, actually they have staged on the Consolations to 3A all the way up to 138 on the outside
Probably.
mats.
Watkinson, Prairie, Cedar Rapids, wrestling on mat number 8 at 120.
And you're
I like the way they're doing that this year.
Yeah, it's pushing along. Who do you want me to watch for from Oskaloosa?
Well,
Or is he
that's
in
going
the
to be
semifinals?
in the middle mats.
Okay, he's in the semifinals then.
He's in the center. I can go take a nap before he wrestles.
Yeah. We're still napping, waiting to even get out of the 157.
Well, we still got one more. Still got one more semifinal for 2A. You remember, right?
No. Well, yeah.
How could you?
Yeah, I know. But we're on 157. We're waiting to 190 for our next one for Josh.
When we're still laughing at this time of day.
Yeah. I thought you were going to tell me that we're having wrestlebacks as another semi. It's like, I'm getting confused now. Now, yes,
No.
I know. I'm waiting for Josh. 190.
After his last match, I'm not sure I am. Dad and I are good friends. Talked to him after his match. Said, boy, give me a heart attack. Problem is, when you get in those kind of matches, you can't make a mistake. You know, mistake and you go home, or mistake and you lose. You don't go home. Yeah.
Well, and when you have the year that Josh has had, you can't inside just eat Josh up to know that an error. You know, we watched the one error that we can't even say was his fault. He was basically trying to escape, and they called him for stalling on that in that overtime round in Grinnell.
Yep.
So,
talked to his dad. He avenged that one. He took him down twice. He started creating little angles, and he avenged it twice. And that young man was not happy at all.
Suspension 120, Liam Fitzgibbon, Pleasant Valley, Kent Montgomery, Newton. Fitzgibbon, Pleasant Valley, Montgomery of Newton. Now wrestling on mat number 7, Consolations at 120.
Now, we really should have been done with 2A by now because of the time that we
had no one wrestling on those inside mats.
4 mats is twice for 10-minute periods. Young man from Prairie City, Monroe, is up 13-6. 16-6, Tucker Wheeler. It's different when you're looking on the inside of 2A and you go to the outside, you got Dubuque Hempstead. The nice thing about this round, if you lose it, you're still going for 7th and 8th. It's not like the last round where you lost, you went home.
Right.
We call it the blood round for a reason. Official on mat 6 is Jake. We call him JP. Wheeler shoots in, grabs in the leg. Holding on for the last 25 seconds. Now he switches to a double. That's how you sprawl. Put your shoelaces on the mat. "13 seconds left.
For all those watching online, you're getting a little bit of advertising continuous. We've had stuff up for so long that advertising starts to pop up over our screen. So we're going to stay on top of that for you. Click out of it.
Now wrestling on mat number 3. Semifinal 165, William Melhert, Ikora, Lane Yudkoff, West Delaware, Manchester. Melhert with Ikora, Yudkoff, West Delaware. Now wrestling on mat number 3, semifinal class 2A at 165. Now up on mat number 6, semifinal class 2A at 165. Both White, Denver, Briggs Collins, West Liberty. White of Denver, Collins, West Liberty, now up on mat number 6, class 2A, 165 semifinal. Up on mat number 1, 3A, 126, Consolations, Toby Pfizer, Bondurant Farrar, Josh Bergkamp, Dowling Catholic, Pfizer, Bondurant Farrar, Bergkamp, and Dowling Catholic, now up on mat number 1, Consolation of 126. Now wrestling on mat number 5, semifinal 2A, 175 boundary. Christian Dunning, Clear Lake. Jason Curran of Mount Vernon. Dunning of Clear Lake. Curran of Mount Vernon. Now wrestling on mat number 5, semifinal class 2A, 175 pounders. Position 132, S. Hanson. Southeast Coast, Mike Pyramid Johnston. Hanson, the Southeast Coast, Pyramid of Johnston. Now wrestling on mat number 7, Consolation 132, 3A.
Getting closer. We have a 175 up.
Did you hear? I just talked to your son.
Oh, no. I was getting a ticking noise coming back through, so I actually had it turned down.
Well, earlier we had like you were wrapping up, crumbling up paper.
Well, I was cleaning a little bit. I've been printing off stuff and then turn around when I'm done with it, I throw it away.
That's good.
Trying to stay organized.
I'm throwing all mine in the corner till I leave tomorrow. Have you decided if we're going to stay for finals?
Well, if anything,
Only if Josh makes it.
only if Josh makes it, and we'll just do a hot shot, like a live. We'll come on live, right? You know, I'll kind of follow
Right
it.
when he's doing it.
Yeah, we'll just kind of do a hot shot when we do it, because there will be. Do we have anyone else?
Fairfield, Pro, Indianapolis. Now wrestling on mat number 4, semifinal class 2A, 175.
Who else? We don't have anyone else that has made it into the round, to the finals.
In the finals?
Yeah.
Depends how far out you want to go.
That's true. But it's only first and what other final? How far will third and fourth place wrestle tomorrow night?
No, it's only third and fourth place will wrestle tomorrow morning.
Right.
Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. When we get done tomorrow morning, everything except for the finals will be done.
So we have a young man from North Mahaska, Ryan Groom.
That is in the finals.
That is in the finals.
Like I said, depends how far out you want to go. You got an Iowa Valley wrestler in the finals.
I mean, we could cover as many as we want to cover. I mean, we could cover them on live stream. I don't know how much that, KGRN wants to bring in, unless they want to just bring in the hot shots, for the ones that we have sponsors for.
Yeah. That's an executive decision above my pay scale. You are not going to make me cry if you decide not to do it.
The tomorrow night rounds.
Yes.
Well, and the thing is they're all going to be on TV.
Yes.
So
I have a real hard time staying and doing it, but
okay. Well, we'll just make that executive decision right now that.
Well, no. If they want me to, I will. If they don't, I'm not going to cry. My body will bow down and kiss your feet and say thank you. I'm going to take your chair next time and leave you this one. This is a glorified kitchen chair and I bring in my own cushion.
That's what I do for every game when I go somewhere, is bring my own cushion. In fact, it's sitting right here behind me. A blue cushion. I use it all for all sports except for basketball and wrestling, because we have a nice cushion in those seats.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal your chairs.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, semifinal class 2A at 190. Maximus Purdy, Assumption Davenport, Braylon Bieber, Independence. Purdy, Assumption Davenport, Bieber, Independence. Now
Be the next one out.
Semifinals on
Okay.
2A
I'm
at
going to
190.
text Cager and tell him we're going to bring him online.
I hope you got a little filler. Well, no. Mat 6 is empty, so bring it. Here comes Tony.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, Consolations 138.
Mat number 6.
All right, we're going to welcome back KGRN live as we are getting prepared to bring Josh Wringler out on the mat.
Up on mat number 5, semifinals 2.
As they are getting started.
Mat 5,
They have
Josh
the-
Wringler from Grinnell and Brody Hendricks from Humboldt. Both young men are juniors and both have outstanding records. Josh at 48-1 and Brody Hendricks at 52-1.
Grinnell, Brody Hendricks, Humboldt.
That's 100.
Hendricks of Humboldt. Now wrestling on mat
And 2.
semifinals.
And 2.
Yes. That's
Total
impressive.
record combined is wrestling on this mat
That
to
is
see who's going to make it to the finals.
impressive.
As Brody shoots in, Josh fights him off. Now they're in a collar tie. Josh snaps him down. Josh pulls him down, his head down. Brody swings in, and they go out of bounds. Josh is able to fight off the takedown. Brody is fast. So is Josh, but that's twice he's got close to those legs or ankles.
Now wrestling on mat number 8.
Josh is faking for that leg. Brody is respecting him very much.
Brody drops down to that knee all the time. It's like he's trying to get that extra creep down in there to get that shoot.
144.
Josh has an underhook. Brody has it, and they split back out. Josh kind of reaches in for a shot for a leg, doesn't get it, comes back out. Working back to the center. Brody had got in tight on the legs, but Josh was able to fight it off. And there's the end of the first period. It goes fast when you don't go out of bounds.
Yeah, they're wrestling hard too. I should say scrapping, trying to get their wrestling going here.
Yep. Josh's choice, just like before, Josh is going down. We'll see if he can fire out. Stands up. And they let him go out of bounds. That's a long time for him not to give a stalling call on Brody Hendricks. He wasn't really making an attempt to bring him down. They go back to the middle as they've gone out of bounds. Josh is still down. Josh tries to stand up, doesn't get up this time. Brody is doing a nice job of keeping the pressure on him. Josh is standing up now. He lets him go and pushes him out of bounds. So we're back in the center, neutral position. Brody goes in, gets a single leg on one side, swings around, gets a double on the other to get the takedown. Lets him up. 3-2 now. Brody's showing why he has only had one loss this year. And there's a stalling call on Josh. They're in a collar tie. Josh is kind of pulling him forward. Brody shoots in. Josh was able to defend. Josh has an underhook. 7 seconds left. Second period. And that's the end of the first period. It is 3-2. As Brody was able to get a takedown. Takedowns are big in the semifinals. Red chooses down.
Sage, Jackson Anderson, Mount Vernon. Muller of Osage, Anderson of Mount Vernon, now wrestling on mat number 4, semifinal, class 2A, 215.
Josh is able to keep the pressure on him at the whistle.
Class 3A, 144, Consolations, Trenton Byers, Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln.
I don't know why Josh drops down to a leg.
Byers, Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, Bennett, Valley, West of
There he cuts him. As Brody stands up, if Josh would have got another stalling call, then Brody would have got a point. Josh has to figure out how to get inside his defenses, Brody's defenses. So far, he hasn't done it. Josh just throws him away. Josh shoots for a leg. So does Brody. They're doing a collar tie. A minute left. 4-2. Brody drops down to one knee. And Josh swings in has a hold of a single leg. Brody has a whizzer.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, Consolation 3A.
Brody's trying to get his arm out of there, and they call a stalemate and put them back on their feet, saying nobody's getting any improvement. Here we go again. 25 seconds left. In a second, Josh tries him again. Swings around the other way, doesn't get it. 14 seconds left. Josh tries it. There's a stalling call on red. Only 9 seconds left. It's been a great match by two wrestlers that only have 2 losses between them. 4 seconds left. Josh shoots in, but Wringler just not going to have enough. 4-2 as Brody Hendrix, with only 1 loss on the year, defeats Josh Wringler. And Josh will come back tomorrow to see if he can wrestle back to get third. Tremendous young man, tremendous wrestler.
So as that was brought to you live on KJRN 1410, that is actually going to throw kind of the end of the Kounkel Automation Compass Memorial Healthcare update for KJRN, and that is actually our last wrestler that is in our area. So as we sit, am I missing something, Dave? That is it, right?
Now wrestling on mat number 6, semifinal 2A, 285.
Been a pleasure. We will see you tomorrow morning.
Solon, Puppy.
So as we close out here, I'm Dan Walker. He's Dave Kaizen. Thank you for joining us, and this will be our last update for KJRN as we brought this action to you live of Josh Wringler, and he'll wrestle back tomorrow morning for third place as he loses 2-4 to Brody Hendrix. Thank you for joining us, and we're going to conclude our stream, and you can go ahead and continue online if you'd like to follow up with the 3A stuff. That's pretty much what's going on. I guess there's a few 215s and 285 bouts going, but we do not have anyone from our local area that is in there. So thank you for joining us on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network in collaboration with 1410 KJRN. Have a great evening, everyone.